So 12 to 14%. Well, I've been trying to figure out why they've like because I've owned some shares of them for a pretty long time. They manufacture like a bunch of different stuff. Insulin for diabetics. It looks like they just got FDA approval for a new Alzheimer's drug. So if anything, like I don't think they're going to go down because there's like very, very, very little in that space. And so that means that they're going to get a ton of Medicare money, a ton of money from, other people that are concerned about that, even though there are potentially cheaper and more novel ways to treat it. So, yeah, it's been really strange watching their price movement. I don't know how much of that is priced in yet. I don't know if I'd say they're a good company. Well established? Yeah, definitely well established. I have a tough time. Like, I still don't understand why their stock price went up when the government announced essentially, like, hey, here, we're going to allow, diabetics to buy insulin for $35 a month. You pay for a prescription card. So this company goes out, they set up a program where, like, now you can essentially go on their website. If you're a diabetic, you can get 1 month's worth of insulin for $35. So I have a tough time believing that there's not some type of other government funding coming in the background, because I just don't see any publicly traded company like going out of their way to make things cheaper for their customers when they don't have to. But from a dividend standpoint, like, I, their dividend growth is pretty notable. Like, it's essentially doubled almost since yeah, it has doubled since 2019.
Yeah, good morning, guys. How are you? So this is, I believe, I agree with everything you guys are saying. This is a good company, not phenomenal, decent dividend. But from a broader market perspective, I still feel like everything in the market right now is like overbought. We're like at that peak, and I think this price is a little bit inflated. From a value perspective, it's not worth 865. Um, Somewhere a good price for the stock would be around maybe 600. Um, but yeah, I think everything right now is overpriced. And if you don't want to feel like, oh, I'm missing out, oh, this is going to be a great stock later on, I should get in. You can wait. The market is going to come down, and it's going to come down maybe about 35%. I see in the coming months, maybe a year or so. We have to have a reset. So everything is going to come back to a reasonable price, and that's when you buy in.
Yeah, I think they're gonna prop it up before the election.
Yeah, it's so the elections are in November, so we still got a few months, but they're gonna try to hold it, but at the same time, I still think if you want a short-term bet, yes, but from a long-term perspective, no. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, you also have to remember that, a lot of their business revolves around patents and patent protections too. So if they had a bunch of patents that were about to expire, then like smart investors will be like, oh, hey, they have like patents for, 20 or 30% of their revenue expiring soon. How are they going to make more money off of that? And so they can essentially like test drugs to treat other purposes and then extend their patent protection another 20 years. There's a bunch of tricks that they can use.
Yeah, to extend the life of the patent. So
Hey man, my cost basis is like 130 bucks. Yeah. Yeah, and that's where we disagree. I'd much rather do it based off of a market cap, and oh my goodness, they're almost a $1 trillion company. Yeah, see, this is why I normally stay away from stuff that's like under 10 bucks. Well, 1 cent increase in price at their what they're currently trading at is roughly 3%. So 2 pennies doesn't sound like much, but like that's a pretty good deal. I'm not taking them while they're down. It's just like when companies negatively report negative earnings, and it's like, oh, they beat their earnings per share estimate, and it's like, well, yeah, because they, I don't know, put more shares on the market to make the numbers look better. This is my favorite part. Well, look at what they do. Like apparently they make like underwater robots for stuff. So like when money's available and easily available, then it makes more sense that they'd sell more stuff, more equipment, and they'd be doing better. I wouldn't, but there are people that do attempt to trade these things, and I've seen some people do that where, a stock, the term they used to use was pops. When it pops, which seems kind of redundant because the word pop normally refers to a bubble popping and losing a lot of money. So, oh, this stock's popping. And then it's like they'll buy it at the end of the day and then they'll hope that, the next day the price action and movement, stays where it is. Like, I'd just be curious what their volume is for today.
Yeah, I don't have much on this company either, but I would definitely keep it on my radar because
Holy cow.
yeah, why'd you say that? But yeah, every once in a while there's a stock that just triggers something, and this is one of those things. I think I would just note it down just for future reference, but I think somewhere down the line, something magical is gonna happen with the stock. That's just a gut feeling. Based on no technicals, no numbers, no anything, but I would just note it down. Right now, it, it's 23 cents, whatever. If you have a few bucks you just want to throw away, if you have the urge to throw away, yeah, why not? But um, yeah, no, but I'm saying like we can't predict these things um all the time, right? And there are few times when there's some stock that just pique your interest, and this is one of them for me. So I'm just gonna note that down for future reference. See where the stock goes 5 years down the line.
They have an insane amount of volume though. Like that's just ridiculous. Like just on the day. today, yesterday. Yeah, well, so their average volume is 14 million shares, and I think like I've been trying to find out where to locate it, and as far as the extended hours stuff, I have to wait until. Oh wait, it is 9:30. Never mind. Their volume for today is roughly. Wait, is that no? That's not right. It says 238 million. Yeah, it's not a U.S. company. Operates an e-commerce platform in West Africa, North Africa, East and South Africa, Europe, the United Arab Emirates, and internationally. The company's platform consists of marketplace that connects sellers with customers, logistics service, which enables the shipment and delivery of packages from sellers to consumers, and payment service, which facilitates transactions to participants active in the or on the company's platform in selected markets under the Jumia Pay name. The company was formerly known as Africa Internet Holdings and changed its name to Jumia Technologies in January of 2019. They were incorporated in 2012 and is headquartered in Berlin, Germany. No, I mean, the reason why I brought them up was, or wanted to talk about them, is because I had traded them previously, mainly around like their earnings, because their numbers would always just be ridiculous back in the day. So, uh, like, there'd be like a 2% price move pre-market, yet they beat all their numbers by 35 to 40%. So, like, I'd buy some shares and then I'd sell them when the market opened and make 6 to 8% normally. Well, so they have a almost $1 billion like estimate for their company. Like I don't see enough good to make me that's not something I would buy and then be able to forget that it's in my portfolio with any substantial amount of money. I mean, I don't know how much lower they can go, so why not say 25 bucks and buy yourself 3 shares then? What are you gonna do with options if you have 3 shares?
Yeah, again, I think we should keep it under our radar for future. Um, I do think this stock is got the potential to go 30, 35 bucks. Based on what they do actually, not because of anything phenomenal that anything about the numbers or anything, but because of the way because where they operate and what they do, I like them. Just like how Alibaba had started, right? Um, it's in the similar space, and this is more in the African subcontinent. However, the price is gonna come down. This price is gonna come down. All the prices are gonna come down eventually. Um, but I do think this stock is a good stock to have in your portfolio for for the future. But what price? I'm not sure what price is good to get in at this moment. But if you got a couple bucks, it's good to get in at. If you want to hold it, um, you can just get in, wait it out. But I think it's gonna come down maybe $5, $4, and that's a good time to get in for me.
Well,
And
and then in order to substantiate that, I'd probably look at the options volume for January 2025 and 2026 because it looks like, yeah, $10 call, like Beta was saying, is somewhere around $2.20 and, a $5, $4.35
yeah,
per share. So, meh.
but I
I'd want to see. I'd want to see what happened when a lot of that volume occurred for those different price points in between. If the price drops when all of that volume occurred, then that someone's selling a bunch of call options. If the price went up, that someone's buying a bunch of call options. So many times when a big purchase happens like that, it's because someone knows something.
yep. But But I like the stock because I think there's going to be big money pouring into the stock later on. because
Well, I'd always suggest just like checking out their platform, seeing how it works, making sure things feel legit. Like, do you feel secure using it once you access it? Like, do they have enough different payment options?
well,
Things of that nature.
well, for us, we might not feel secure, but for the people that's using it in Africa or they might be, head over heels about it. Um, so alternatively, it's the platform um for their geographical region. That's my perspective. So yeah, Goldman Sachs, Shaw, Citadel, they all point
Yeah,
seven.
but Goldman Sachs has so much money, they just don't know where to put it. So it's almost like a problem. Like they have to put their money somewhere.
Million shares. No shares.
Well, all of what I'm seeing for all the dates reported is from March 30th, 2024, and that Bailey and Gifford and Company. It says their share value is 78 million. And the rest of them are 17 million, 14 million for Goldman Sachs. Like a lot of these institutions are self-serving. Like I don't know, I've seen weird things happen with trying to make the numbers work. Like, oh, we're going to fall short on our earnings. Hey, if we put $1 million into this company, it'll make them look better by $2 million. Okay, cool. So then it's a short term, like buy stuff on the open market, jump the price up when their earnings are due.
Then bail out of it.
Yeah, exactly. Like the next day. But generally, that happens with companies that have a lower float.
But I'm
There
intrigued. I'm
was a
intrigued.
company I saw Citi recommend, and it's like their only product at the time was a cloth that you would put under your arms to prevent excessive underarm sweating. Like, A, who's buying that? Right? And Citi's like, oh, this company's a buy, this company's a buy, put our price target at like $20. And they owned like 50 to 60% of the shares of the company. And it's like you look at their cash position, and their cash position was like awful as a research and development company. And it's like, oh, I wonder why our underarm like sweat pad didn't take off. Who's gonna wear that? Hmm.
You're saying you won't put your money in if it's you gotta wait 3 years for 30 to for it to hit 30. If it was trading at $5 and you wouldn't buy it. Gotcha. Which
Wow.
is which is going to happen, but so it has to come back down, I'm saying, but but I still think if it comes to a 5 or 4, um, I would buy it because if with the perception that it is going to go 30 between 30 and 40 from my perspective. So
Hmm. Well, good talk.
yes, sir. All right.